All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call haloyim la alanewa Yahweh ba'ashem hamashayak Yahweh Shah ba'ashem rakal kodash. Like they say, shalom wa'ashem yukabah got wala rakab zakoyim nawa wahashala yakim nawa, which of course is double honors to our elders and to our apostles of Great Millstone. And like they say, shalom wa'barakim la bakarim shah yasha Allah, peace and blessings to the elect. I'm the brother Dawadah from DC Church, back with another lesson, all right, or rather article through the Spirit. And Pav Yahbashim Yahushai. And this basically shows right here, man, that everything that we've been saying as far as the bad times or evil times that are to come, all right, we see that what is happening is coming to pass. Okay. So now this brother actually set this on the chat. It says this is an article from Forbes.com. It says the coronavirus is a black swan event that may have serious repercussion for the U.S. economy and job market. All right. Now, I'm just going to skim through this article. I already read the first couple of paragraphs, so I'm going to skip this one. Just basically gives a background of where that term black swan comes from. Black swan basically means something that's unexpected. Okay. And Lord willing, I put this in a description. You can read that top paragraph for yourself. But it says, continuing on, the coronavirus is a black swan event which may have serious consequences for your job and stock market and global economy. The United States economy has been strong with record-setting high levels of employment. The stock market has rebounded incredibly since the financial crisis, increasing the net worth of many Americans. Excuse me. It says, historically, when the stock market goes relatively straight up, there is an expectation of a correction somewhere down the road. A correction is about a 5 to 10% drop in value of stocks. Is viewed as necessary, like clearing out the dead brush in a forest to prevent a future fire. Even the wisest minds on Wall Street admit that they can't anticipate where the next correction will come from and what damage it may bring. It now seems that the coronavirus is that black swan event. So they're basically saying that the coronavirus could actually lead to damages, or rather hits in our stock market, all right, in the United States stock market, all right. It says the coronavirus, all right, which is prophetic, all right, and that's something that we've been prophesying about as well, because the scriptures talk about how ye mektesh. When you look in the scriptures, look at that word mektesh. All right, that was actually a place where a lot of trades and merchants. It was a merchant city, and that's basically what America is. It's that merchant city where all these businesses basically exchange stocks. All right, you got a lot of trade deals, all right, between other countries that go on here as well. It says the coronavirus is a large family of viruses which includes severe acute respiratory syndrome, an outbreak of new coronavirus that began in Wuhan, a city in China with roughly 11 million people, and has already contributed to the deaths of at least 81 people in China. The virus has spread throughout China and other countries, including Thailand, Hong Kong, the United States, Taiwan, Australia, Macau, Singapore, Japan, so on and so forth. It says it's estimated that about 3,000 people have contracted the virus so far. All right, and this thing is spreading, man. This thing is spreading. All right, and we all know that this is just a part of their plans. All right, of auto KO. Okay, they're gonna they're gonna create, all right, a problem. They're gonna get the reaction of the people, and now the people are gonna be desperate for a solution. All right. And ultimately, they're gonna try to throw that chip in there. They're gonna say, well, if these people had this chip, we will understand. We will understand their health, or we will understand their medical records and things of that nature, and we could have probably did something to prevent this. They're gonna try to throw it in there some type of way. All right, and we know this. Why? Because the scriptures say it, and even with this article is saying right now, we knew that these things were going to happen. We were saying these things before it even happened. All right, the same thing. All right, what we're saying about the RFID chip. It says China has enacted measures to limit the movement of its people. This is especially challenging since the virus started around the Chinese Lunar New Year, which is known as the country's biggest travel period. So you think that's a coincidence that this virus is spreading during the same time where a vast majority of the Chinese population travels? It's not a coincidence, It's not a coincidence that this virus is spreading at that particular time, all right? Because obviously the people who incorporated it, all right, obviously the people that are behind it, all right, know what they're doing, And we know who those people are, all right? It says the government has quarantined more than 50 million people. This hasn't completely stopped people from evacuating. The mayor of Wuhan said that 5 million people have already left the city. He also admitted that the city did not release information about the virus and suggested that it was suppressed by government authorities. The health minister of China said the coronavirus is increasing in its virulence. All right, virulence. It says people can be contagious before they even exhibit symptoms. Wow, that's crazy. It says this is dangerous as it makes people appear healthy when they're not. That is, it's one hell of a virus. It says major shops, restaurants, and tourist destinations are shutting their doors across China to avoid spreading the coronavirus. Companies in China have advised staff to work from home. Employees returning from impacted areas are being told not to show up to work. Global stock and bond markets have been hit by mounting worries. Investors are afraid how this will play out. China's growth will surely stagnate, they contend. International commerce will slow down. Little is known about the virus, and there is no guidance on how it will affect people and the economy. It says corporate CEOs and top executives desire to certainly resent unpredictable events. In this instance, there is an extraordinary high level of uncertainty regarding how bad the virus will spread and damage that it will cause. I'm gonna just try to speed read through a little bit of this, a little bit more of this, and Lord willing, get some scriptures to edify. It says the chances are likely that the company will temporarily pull back until there is clarity. China and neighboring countries are shutting down restaurants, hotels, resorts, and other businesses that may spread the virus. This will negatively impact China's economy. In light of the global nature of business, the United States will feel its effects. All right, so Babylon is going to feel the effects as well. It says it's reasonable to believe that for the near-term period of time, stocks will fall in value, hiring will be temporarily slow down, new corporate initiatives will be placed on hold, and the overall business climate will be fearful. In the past, we've effectively dealt with and overcome other fast-spreading diseases that seem horrific, and we were able to go back to business and our lives. Unless this becomes a horror movie type of virus, which it most likely won't, which we don't know that. We don't know if the Lord is going to allow this virus to become something bigger than what these people think. So they saying, which it most likely won't, but if it's the Heavenly Father's will, then it will happen. It says there will be cures developed for those afflicted and antidotes to prevent others from getting sick. And that's what they say. That's how they come up with these. They come up with those vaccines, which is literally injecting you with the virus. All right, which later on, when they pump all them chemicals into the air, is gonna have a major effect on your body, man. All right. It says what? In an interview with CNBC, Dr. Paul Stoffels, the chief scientist officer of Johnson and Johnson said that he believes the drug makers can create a vaccine to fight against the coronavirus. See, another devil. It says, Stoffel stated, we have dozens of scientists working on this, so we're pretty confident we can get something made that will work and stay active for the longer term. With courage, ingenuity, and global cooperation, the fear will subside. Cures will be found, and things will go back to normal. And this is what these people really think. You know, these people really think that things are gonna go back to normal, but according to the scriptures, all right, let's grab. I just had a few written down. Matter of fact, let's get this one first. Jeremiah, the most common one, Jeremiah 8:28. So like at 28 in verse 8. Jeremiah 28 and verse 8, it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both of against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So those are the things that we prophesying about, man. All right, why are we prophesying about it? Because those are the visions that the Heavenly Father gave to the prophets. All right, these are the things that when he gave them the vision, he said that these are things that are going to shortly come to pass. And we starting to see those things come to pass right now. Verse 9, it says, the prophet that had prophesied of peace, when the word of when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. You see that? So when the words that we're speaking, when they come to pass, that's when these people are going to truly know that the Lord sent this, man. All right. This is of a divine nature. Okay. These are God sent words. All right. But in that time, it's going to be too late. Because why? The Lord is already going to have these people consumed by that pestilence. All right. Jeremiah, the 15th chapter, in verse 3, it says, in verse 3, I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, the dog to tear, the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. That's not the one that I wanted, Salaki. It's another one that I want, and I'm going to get this one too. But let me grab real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right. And it sounds horrific, but this is what the Heavenly Father is getting ready to do, all right, to this wicked and to this abominable nation. All right. And not only to this nation, but he's going to also waste the inhabitants of the world. A lot of these heathens and jakes throughout the world are the jakes that aren't chosen. They're going to be destroyed, man. They have to be destroyed. All right. And how are they going to go out? They're going to go out through poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence. All right. And the Lord is going to waste their houses with destruction. And this is why the prophets prophesied of destruction. All right. This is why we prophesy of destruction, because the Lord said it. All right. So I just want to grab one more, which is that Psalms that I had put up. Psalms 91. All right. Psalm 91. And I'm going to start at, I start at verse 1. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Verse 2, I would say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. All right. And that's exactly what we do, man. We're trusting in the name of the Lord. All right. The scriptures say, Proverbs 18:10. All right. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. So when all these diseases and pestilence are being spread among these people, guess what? The Lord is going to have his men safe. All right. The Lord is going to have us, all right, to where We're not going to encounter those things. We're not going to be partakers of that. Why? Because we've been investing the time right now. Okay, we've been giving our bodies as a living sacrifice right now, all right, so that the Lord will be with us in that day. Okay, so the Lord is going to be our refuge, and he's going to be our fortress. Verse 3, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. You see that? From the noisome pestilence, all right, because these people are going to be groaning. You know, these people are going to be screaming like a woman in travail, you know. But the Lord is going to deliver his men from that. All right. And this is only because why? We're doing his work. We're preaching his word. All right. And we're giving the sacrifice right now. We have faith in the Heavenly Father. You see that? So when all these things are going on, the Lord is going to protect us in that day. Verse 4, it says, he shall cover thee with his fetters, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Woo! It says his truth, all right? This word, man, shall be our shield and our buckler. And what is the truth and tell us of? The truth and tells us of. The main thing is just to have faith, all right? Have faith and believe in the Heavenly Father. And with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Of course, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.